I'm wearing Thanos today because our good vibes snapped a Nintendo Direct into existence. That's right, Nintendo Direct next week, and I've got the entire inside scoop for you. So, good morning, Mario. Maybe the best morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. How freaking great. It's been forever. There has been a ton of waiting, a lot of hemming and hawing, but we have our best confirmation yet that next week, and I know the exact date, we will have a Nintendo Direct. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. People have said time and time again, Nintendo is nothing. Nintendo has nothing. Nintendo has nothing. And I just put up my hand and said, hold the phone. Got Furukawa on there and I said, dude, you can't enter that shareholders meeting on June 23rd with nothing. And he said, I know. And I knew. But we'll get to that in a second. First, while you're getting ready for a Nintendo Direct, you know there's going to be new games, and the best way to store your new games is the Lexar Play Card. This is the premier memory card for Nintendo Switch, up to 1 terabyte of storage goodness. It's safe, it's fast, it's secure, and it's the one I use in my own personal Switch, so it gets the Zach SwitchForce seal of approval. Click the link in the description down below. Every time you even just click it, just like on a whim, you just click it. It helps support the channel and what I do here every darn day for you guys, so I super appreciate it, and the Play Card is absolutely perfect. A couple of interesting bits of Nintendo news dropped this morning, including, finally, a release date for Lara Croft on Nintendo Switch. These games were initially announced back in October of 2021, almost 2 years since their initial announcement. They were quietly delayed last year into this year, and now we have a no fanfare announcement of the release date. June 29th is when the 2 Lara Croft co-op titles will be hitting Nintendo Switch, and as much as I know we all wish this was the newer trilogy of third-person Tomb Raider games, these top-down co-op games are absolutely choice. They're so fantastic and so good and so much fun. Me and my brother had an absolute blast with both of these titles, playing through them to completion when they released on Xbox Live Arcade. That gives me smiles because Xbox Live Arcade was like my jam in high school, and shortly after, can't say college because I didn't go, but they're coming to Switch now, and I believe it's $30 for the bundle. Actually, it's $25, so that's even better. $25, $12.50 per game if you have a buddy, if you have someone to co-op with. These are fantastic. A lot of puzzle solving, some good action, and great challenges. Kind of like how in Mario, you know, you can just beat it or you can go for the extra stars. A lot of good stuff to get here, a lot of progression. It's just a really, really great time. Star Ocean: The Second Story looks like it's getting a remake, just like the first Star Ocean got a remake, and that came to Switch because we see a logo pop up for Star Ocean: The Second Story R. Now, this logo has since been scrubbed from the internet, but it was up there for a minute, and it seems like this could be something Square Enix announces at next week's Nintendo Direct. All right, let's cut to the chase and get their Nintendo Direct. First, we had people saying no Nintendo Direct. The summer is silent. Nintendo themselves said E3 wasn't the right timing for them. Maybe they were just done. Christopher Dring, he was really big on this train of like, yo, there's not going to be anything, nothing. Nintendo is all done. The year is going to be coasting. And then Jeff Grubb came in and said, I'm hearing rumblings of July. More and more, we started to hear some things about possibly June. Necrophilippe came in from his Brazilian outpost and said, hey, I'm hearing something about a June Direct. And then we started getting some more interesting facts, like, for example, Persona 3 Reload was not confirmed for Switch, even though we've seen it pop up at retailers. More and more things started to come into place, including next week's shareholders meeting on June 23rd, where Furukawa will present a slate that includes Pikmin 4. Oh, right, Stinky Horse. Everybody 1-2 Switch is out on June 30th, but I think Nintendo would rather forget that that's releasing rather than emphasize it. But Furukawa, man, this guy has had so much success in the Switch era. Would he really enter that shareholders meeting with nothing announced? And then bada boom, bada bing. Nate Drake, our local hero, who has said this cycle that he hasn't heard anything about a Nintendo Direct and that he wouldn't be commenting unless he was very certain. Well, today we have that confirmation, and it is glorious because Nate Drake, Nate the Hate, posted, timing is set. Again, this guy said that he was going to stop talking until he was sure because he hated all of these fake fabricated stories popping up across the interwebs on every little word he said. That is the first bit. Timing is set, but timing could be June, July. Let me also remind you that Nate Drake did vote on a Fan Board's poll June for the Direct. That is confirmed. And then we have the piece de resistance, the best thing ever. And it's done in a subtle, sneaky, hidden way, but it confirms everything we've wanted to know. Skittles tweeted, or Skittles, how much of the show is dedicated to this hunk, and posted a picture of naked like a dragon. And Nate Drake responded 6.21%. Now that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because Nate Drake is talking about his follow-up podcast to the Xbox Showcase, and they're asking how much you're going to talk about the new Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth game. And Nate Drake says 6.21%, but taken in conjunction with Timing Is Set and Nate Drake's past reveals and how he likes to implant dates around his post without saying it directly, he subtly says it, 6.21. Why 6.21? You could just say 10%, you could say 5%, you could say we cover it for 5 minutes, you could say we'll make sure to remember it. 6.21%. You know what that means? June 21st. And when is June 21st? Next freaking Wednesday. Nintendo loves to do Wednesday Directs. That's 48 hours before their shareholders meeting on Friday, June 23rd, and it feels just right. We are so ripe for new Nintendo announcements, and I am going crazy. Like, my adrenaline has been rushing since I saw this post because it's finally freaking time, and I full-heartedly believe this. I guess if you want to say take it with a grain of salt, you can, but look, it's not salty over here. It's not. It's sweet. I can tell you, the air is sweet, okay? Tuesday announcement on June 20th, June 21st for the Nintendo Direct. This seems to all line up. Also, Nintendo has been weirdly tweeting just about nothing lately, and so it seems that they are prepping the waters for a quiet calm before the storm. Could it be a partner showcase? Well, Necrophilippe has said, no, it's not a partner showcase. Could it be a Nintendo Direct Mini? I guess it could, but Nintendo has used those so sparingly and only in strange circumstances that it would feel odd to bring one shortly before your shareholders meeting. Especially since they haven't had a Nintendo Direct since February, and especially since even if this Direct is a general on June 21st, that still gives them a full 3 months before they need to do a September Direct. And that's the typical order of operations. Now, why they waited until this point in time instead of doing something just during the normal E3 cycle is anybody's guess. Is there some specific announcements that they wanted to wait for? Is there some more mysterious reasoning? Did Nintendo just not want to be stuck in with everybody else and wanted to have the final say, the last word? They wanted to go at the end, so you remember them the best. I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out and get some inclination of why the heck they did it this way. But June 21st isn't that far off from the typical timeline of when Nintendo has their summer presentation. And this would indicate that yes, Nintendo does have a slate of games that is anything but blank. This would indicate that Nintendo has big titles from their first-party studios that they would like to present to us and announce for release later this year. You do not go and have a big Direct before your shareholders meeting and say, Star Ocean Remake? Persona 3 Remake? Like, those things will almost assuredly be there, but there's no way Nintendo sits this out. If it indeed is a general Direct like we're expecting on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023, you're going to get Nintendo announcements like I've been telling you all along. And those who doubted it and said Nintendo has nothing, well, I mean, I guess they still have a small chance that they could be right. But Nate Drake said he wouldn't say it until he was sure. He posts Timing Is Set. He gives us the 621 alert, and we're ready for a Nintendo Direct next Wednesday. I'm going to let the hype roll. I'm going to let things carry me into the weekend and have a amazing time because this is what we've been waiting for. And honestly, been waiting since February. You could say we've been waiting since the summer, but really we've been waiting since Pikmin 4 was confirmed for July. We've been waiting since then to know what's beyond July, and it's been the subject of so many conversations. What is Nintendo doing? What are they up to? And why? These answers will all come next week. I really believe it. And so does Nate Drake. And no matter what you think about leakers and insiders, when he talks about the date and time of Directs, he's always been spot on. Maybe there's also a July presentation if you want to reconcile Grubb's July. Could there be a Pikmin 4 Direct shortly before the game's launch? Perhaps there's also a partner showcase coming at a later date. Or maybe Nintendo has some strange Treehouse presentation after they announce new games like Donkey Kong, Mario, maybe a little Metroid Prime 4. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I'll bring you predictions soon. But in the meantime, let me know if you're pumped for a Nintendo Direct next Wednesday, June 21st. I'm sticking by it. I'm sticking with it. I've told you something is coming and that there were going to be games. Let there be games. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Give me your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you don't mind. I do appreciate it. It does help out a lot. For now, though, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.